Hello, City Harbor Church family. It's February 11th, and I just wanted to come to you with a little bit of a coronavirus related update. We want to do better at being in regular communication and keeping the lines of communication open. But Rebecca and I, we miss seeing you in person. We really do. We care about you. We love you. We're praying for you, and we're available to you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So currently here in Baltimore City, our 7-day rolling average positivity rate with coronavirus is 3.3. That's nearing the 2.5 that we would like to see for a 14-day average before we start services. And so I know that you might have questions. And what are we doing? We're waiting for the vaccine rollout. There's a few of us that have been vaccinated, and that is continuing. Right now, we are currently doing our Sundays through Facebook and through YouTube. That method is for a few different reasons: to make sure that it's predictable, that it's good quality, as we had some technical challenges, and also because we have such a large number of people in our church that are parents of small children that make getting together at a predictable time challenging. I am open to hearing from you in how we can improve the interactive nature of that. If Saturdays and Sundays is the best time, and if there's a time that is specific for you that you would like for a kind of all together Zoom, something of that nature, hey, let me know. And then obviously the Thursday night, 7 o'clock right now on Zoom as well. One of the things that's really difficult about this coronavirus challenge is the fact that you can get it and not know that you have it, and pass it along with someone else, as it's very contagious through respiratory particles, things that come out of your nose, out of your lungs. And we can catch those and pass them along to other people without being aware of it. And obviously, we have learned just how essential hand washing, completely washing our hands with soap for 20 seconds, is, how essential it is to keep our respiratory particles to ourselves through the methods of masks and distance. And that helps us to avoid catching the flu. And the flu pandemic that happened 100 years ago, Christians in churches back then, many of them went through a long stretch of time, longer stretch than we're experiencing now, of not gathering as a church in the same way. And it was very difficult back then for them. And I know that it's difficult for us right now. And I'm so very thankful that we have a church family that is beautiful, with wide variety. We're diverse in many different ways, in age, in family dynamics and culture. And also that includes thoughts about a lot of these different things. I want you to know, Rebecca and I are excited about 2021. We genuinely are. We're sensing fresh vision, and we're actually starting projects at the church building to prepare for when we're going to be there in person. There's a fantastic idea for a mural in the nursery, and then some updates to the children's ministry space. Also for the fellowship hall, there's a new project starting there, and we are preparing ideas for the youth hall as well. All of this, of course, needs to go through the board for the Hamden United Methodist Church. We've maintained great communication with them. We've continued to pay rent, which has helped their food pantry remain open. And I'm so excited. We are soon going to be announcing an update as it relates to our grocery distribution. It was so great that last year we were able to give away more than 7,100 boxes of groceries, each one designed to feed a family. I'm really looking forward to what we are going to do. We need to prepare for gathering with safe practices in a few ways. And we've already done a number of things for that, for when the time is right. One of those things is scheduling a dependable rotation of people who are qualified for background check, ready to do our child care, our children's ministry, and for cleaning and disinfecting as the congregation of Hamden United Methodist Church comes in shortly after us. And so there are a number of things that we need to be concerned about there. We have not yet heard that enough of you are ready to schedule that commitment, that we would have enough volunteers to be doing that going forward. We are always interested in hearing your thoughts and answering your questions as it relates to what we're doing as a church as coronavirus. Our Safe Place team, which includes a number of different people that lead teams in our church, but also people like Erica and Chiquetta, who are professionals in the healthcare industry, in studying viruses and disease and the implications and public health concerns, and great at communicating these things. So many other people have been working very hard to put together reliable information for you that's communicated in a way that's beneficial. So watch our website for those coronavirus updates. Make sure that you are getting them and reading them. We've worked hard on them to help them be helpful to you. And that's going to include things like updates on the variants of the virus that we're seeing here now in the United States that are more contagious. And what do those variants mean about vaccine? And what do those variants mean about how I should be living my life? You're going to see that information on the idea of doing pods with other people. And so keep an eye out for that. But please, let's keep the channels of communication open. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and your questions. We want to be an open book as a church family. Hey, books, that's a good idea. I know that some of you are really not so much thinking about that stuff on a regular basis, but you're thinking about it in terms from a Christian perspective. And I love that about you. One of the Christian ministers that has been the most impactful in my life, who's now in heaven, is Dr. Wendell Smith, a pastor from Seattle who's now in heaven. And he had an amazing ministry in a number of different ways, which includes healing miracles. And we as a church believe in healing miracles, and we are still praying for healing miracles. He went through his own struggle with a cancer of the blood, and he wrote a book that I think is worth finding and reading for Christian perspective on these issues. It's called Faith for Healing, Wisdom for Health by Wendell Smith. Faith for Healing, Wisdom for Health. So, extra recommendation for you. We care about you guys so much. Please feel free to reach out with any comments and questions about this. Have a great week.